All right, what's going on, y'all? Currently checking in here from Cabo. We've been here for about 4 days or so, and we've got a little over a week to go. We're staying here at our place at the Four Seasons Residences, and it's been absolutely amazing, especially coming from Austin. Even though it's both hot here and there, the humidity has been way less here. So I've been getting in some killer training. I've got a run I'm getting ready to do right now, but I've been knocking out some killer miles this week. Granted, most of them have been on the treadmill. You know, the routes from the Four Seasons here haven't been the greatest, so I've been logging most of my miles this week on the treadmill, but I've been logging quite a lot. And then the lifting sessions have been amazing here. They just built the new gym here, and it seriously is the best resort hotel gym I've ever seen. So I'll give you all a tour of that in a little bit, but I'm sure y'all saw the title that the plans are changing. It's looking like I'm no longer doing the 100K, but with that being said, I'm still ramping up miles and all that, because we've got another plan in place. So I'm going to be talking to y'all in a little bit about how and why the plans are changing. But right now I've got a run to do. Before we do that, I'm going to give y'all a little tour of our room here at the Four Seasons Residences. Like I said, it's been absolutely incredible. Just the attention to detail, the service, it's just everything is absolutely immaculate. And I've stayed at Four Seasons before, but you know, Four Seasons Residences is kind of on another level. You know, having one of these places to yourself that you can fly down to at any time is such a blessing. So this has been killer for us, and we're excited to, you know, be able to keep coming back here and all that. But right now we're going to go ahead, knock out a run, and then I'm going to go ahead and show y'all the gym and show y'all how the plans are changing and all of that. Just wrapped up that run. I'm absolutely drenched, if y'all can't tell. We learned on the first day how much I was dropping on these treadmills, so we started putting the towel down. But this is the aftermath. It's absolutely insane. My sweat loss right now. I know I've been telling y'all on these prep series videos how much I've been dropping on these runs. The sweat loss is insane right now. So this is the gym we're working with. So right here we got some cardio machines. We got a bunch of hoist equipment right here. Here's some more cardio. And then back in here is like a room for like high rocks or CrossFit. It's definitely set up a little bit better for CrossFit, but the view and all of it is absolutely insane. So on the treadmill, that was essentially my view. And then if we work our way up here to the main part of the weight section, it's absolutely killer. I've been getting in some pretty incredible lifting sections. So we've got some more cardio machines up here. We got a full cage right here. And then right here we've got some more cables, dumbbells, and then full complimentary like protein shakes, pre-workouts, protein bars, all of that. So this gym has been absolutely killer. Like I said, it's been the best like resort gym that I've ever seen. So we've been loving it, and we're going to continue to love it. But we're going to get back now, and then I'm going to sit down and tell y'all what's happening with the goals and all of that. All right, so let's talk about this pretty big change to the plan. So as y'all know, about 10, 11 weeks ago now, I laced up my running shoes for the first time in literally years. You know, the last 4 years, I purely focused on bodybuilding and did literally zero training. And then 10, 11 weeks ago, laced up the running shoes again, and then settled in on this goal of running the 100K in, I believe, 12 weeks from now. So as the miles have been ramping up, they've been ramping up very, very steady, and frankly with no real issues or problems. Thank God. The only I would say issue I've had is the sweat loss. You know, the weight loss I'm having on each run. The sweat loss with the amount of size I have right now is still just absolutely insane. But besides that, everything's been rocking along. So with all that said, even from the beginning, even though the 100K distance intimidated me, you know, the longest ultra distance I've done to date was 50 miles way back in the day when I was only 157 pounds. And right now I'm still over 220. The 100K distance definitely intimidated me, especially with such little training time. But, you know, as I've been really ramping up miles and doing a lot more mental work, you know, a lot more than I've done, you know, the last 4 years bodybuilding, the 100K distance just didn't excite me or inspire me near as much as I was hoping for. So, you know, I started doing some digging and all of that and found a 100-mile race in only 10 weeks from now. So that's what we're doing. Now we're, instead of running the 100K Ultra in 12 weeks, now we've got 2 less weeks of training time, and in 10 weeks, I'm going to be doing a 100-mile Ultra through Nebraska. So I'm going to be doing the Cowboy 100 in 10 weeks from now instead of doing the 100K Ultra in 12 weeks. So, you know, the reason with this is, you know, my longest Ultra to date, like I said, was 50 miles. You know, the difference between 62 and 100 miles, 62 miles with 100K and 100 miles, even though, yes, it's 38 extra miles and that's a lot of miles, at that point, you know, I know me and I know where I've gotten myself to mentally, all that. If I can make it the 62 miles physically, if I can actually accomplish that 62 miles physically, I know I can slog out the next 38 miles to get to the 100 distance. Basically, my point here is that it's going to suck regardless. It's going to be an extremely painful race regardless, whether it's 100K or 100 mile. So with that being said, I'd like to test myself even more. I'd like to really give myself kind of an ultimate challenge. And so I'd rather go ahead and, you know, if I'm doing the 62 miles, I might as well stay out there a little bit longer and do the 100. And with that being said, too, I also want to have an overnight Ultra. I've not had an overnight Ultra yet, and I'm very curious to see how the mind and everything's going to respond in the middle of the night. You know, I've not had middle of the night training and stuff since the Army, so I'm stoked for it. So that's what we're doing now. Now the goal is 100 miles in 10 weeks from now. So that literally is going to be couched to 100-mile Ultra, and I need to calculate the total amount of time of training, but it's probably about 16 to 20 weeks, somewhere in that range. I think probably maybe even 14 to 16 weeks. So not very much training time at all, but we're going to slog it out and we're going to get it done. So let's talk about the training. So last week was my heaviest mileage week yet before I left for Mexico. I knocked out 40 miles last week, and then it's looking like this week where I'm going to be about 45 to 50 miles. I'll throw up the Strava right now. I'm still in the middle of the week right now. I still have long runs to do and a few more runs. So I'm looking at probably 45 to 50 miles for this week, and we're only ramping things up. I've amended now my training schedule that I built for myself for the 100K and added more miles just to make sure we're as prepared for the 100-miler as possible. With that being said, you know, the lifting's all still staying in place, still getting all that in, still doing more and more functional training. You know, I've been loving that, and that's actually helping the physique streamline a bit more, which is helping on the running side. So right now, weight has come down to right about 220, 221. So we're dropping. You know, 10 or 11 weeks ago, whenever I started running again, I was sitting at right about 230, and weight was really sticking for quite some time. And now it's slowly, steadily coming down, which is what I want. And right now we're sitting at 220 to 221. And I'm hoping by race day, by the time it comes to the Cowboy 100, I'm hoping that I can be probably about a 210. I would like to be around a 200 to 205. I'm pretty streamlined. But I'm thinking with the time I've got now, it's probably going to be about 210-ish. That's the hope, at least. I've just got to figure out how to bring down the sweat loss. I'm chugging water, electrolytes, goo packets, nutrition, all of that. I'm putting down as much as I can put down. The sweat loss is just absolutely brutal. And it's I know as I bring down the size, that's going to get better. So that's the main priority right now, is just keep logging the miles, streamlining the physique, and we're going to be good to go. A lot more back-to-back long runs now, instead of doing say a 20 miler on Friday followed by a 12 to 14 miler on Saturday. It's looking more like 20 miler on Friday with another 18 to 20 miler on Saturday, with the training runs coming up. So we're going to be slogging more miles out, but I'm having a blast doing this, and frankly, to tell you all the truth, I feel literally healthier and better than I have in literally years. This is a topic that I can go into detail, in another video, really go in depth on it. I know I've talked to y'all about, my reasons why I stopped competitive bodybuilding, but I can truly tell you all that compared to the last 4 years of me solely focused on competitive bodybuilding, I feel so immensely better and healthier than I have in literally years. So we're going to keep this rocking out, keep getting fitter and fitter. After I knock out this 100, and we will finish this 100, after I knock out the 100 miler, it's going to be interesting to see where we take it from here. I just want to keep taking these challenges, keep pushing the body and the mind, seeing where we can take this. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all are kind of excited to follow along this journey. I know this is going to be kind of an insane ride, going from the size I was to, running the 100 milers in less than 16 weeks. But it's fun, so we'll get it done. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you did, please go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Be happy, be positive, be powerful, and have a great rest of your day.